Yes, Jayaprada. Do you want to say something? Jayaprada? Okay. Hello, everyone. We shall be starting in just another 1 minute. We are waiting for a little more people to join. Thank you for joining in, everyone. In the next 1 minute, we would really like if you could have your videos on. So, just if you are not in a place where you can switch on your videos, find a place in the next 1 minute, seat yourselves, and then maybe switch on your videos. Thank you. I can see some faces now. Priya, maybe you can try leaving the meeting and then joining back again. Can I have some more videos on, guys? Thank you for switching on your videos. I can see some people here. Okay, great. Thank you for that, guys. So I shall be sharing my screen now. Is the screen visible, guys?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Much. Thank you so much for the heads up. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the third day on our art therapy sessions. Hello everyone. Thank you for the quick responses in chat. I am just gonna introduce myself. In short, I am Anushka Ghosh, and I've been associated with Emoja for quite some time now, and I will be conducting a today session, which is on baggage, which is the third day of our series of art therapy. So I shall be doing a art-based activity, and we'll talk a little bit about baggage, basically, and little quick fixes of how you can maybe spot them, and what baggage is. And before we start, um, I'll just like would like to do a quick check-in with you all because I haven't been familiar with you all. So now that we are here, try and rate your mood. Try and rate your mood on a scale of 0 to 10, and 0 being the worst mood that you could possibly have, and 10 being the best and the most elated that you could feel. So try and rate it. Maybe in the chat box you can unmute and speak also. Just try and raise your hand before you want to speak because we don't want people to cut each other. Okay, there's a lot of responses. Thank you. 8, 7, 6 is great, great. Wow. Okay, okay, great, great. The responses are great. Thank you so much for the responses in chat. Okay. Now, I would like to know, um, we'll do something a little different, a little more subjective experience of how your mood is today. Um, Try and tell me how your mood is in terms of a movie title. This becomes more subjective because when I'm telling you to rate it, it becomes very objective. You can objectively pick a number and tell me how you're feeling. But yeah, Anya, basically tell me how you're feeling in terms of a movie title. So there's Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Melissa, thank you. Prachi Tamasha, okay. Kiran, Love You Zindagi, that's great. I can resonate in terms of Love You Zindagi. जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा कोशा कोशा. सौंदर्य, इंग्लिश विंग्लिश, साक्षी, लव यू जिंदगी, ये जवानी है दीवानी, मानसी, प्रिया, ये जवानी दीवानी, लॉट ऑफ ये जवानी दीवानी, राइट? डियर जिंदगी. I was thinking of race 3 for something, some reason. I don't know why. For me, for describing my mood, I have been racing with things a lot today. Atarangi Re, right? Dear Zindagi, Jab We Met. Oh, that's a great watch. Life in a Metro. Are you in a metro, Kashish? Prachi, because of the twists? Lol, yeah. Maybe because of that, Prachi. Jyoti, Dear Zindagi. Golmaal, Komal. Okay. Um, Aarti, Golmaal. Okay, Kashish. But your thoughts, although. Great. Okay. Now I do understand. Tare Zami Par, Rock On, Life of Pi. Magadhira. Sushila, why Magadhira? Do tell me why you thinking of Magadhira. Jab We Met, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Chennai Express, Three Idiots. Okay, lot of responses. If anybody, okay, again, Jab We Met. Great, great. So I wanted to have a quick mood ka check-in. Pushpa. Chichore. Thank you for the responses, guys. So just wanted to have a little bit of understanding of how you guys are feeling in terms of your mood. Thank you for that. Memento. I'm not sure if I know that movie, Sandali, but thank you. I'll quickly add that in my wish list. Okay, guys. Thank you for that check-in. Um, Now I would like to do a quick energizer with you all. And before we do that, did anybody raise their hands? No? Okay. If you want to speak, you can raise your hand and we can we can hear you out.
Ha-
Okay. Yeah, Trishita.
Ma'am, I want to know what is this energizer time? Answer your questions where I'm not understanding what I have to say. So, can you
Yeah, yeah,
explain?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Thank
I'll
you.
just be explaining what it is right now.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So energizers are just like a quick, activities that we can do for a large group sessions or any psychoeducative workshops that you're doing. So one of the energizers are here. So I'll be asking series of questions which are which are related to our day-to-day life. And if you agree with the question, so all the questions will be like a this or that question, right? And if you feel like um, whatever your answer is, if it's the left one, yeah, then you can answer yes. But if it's the right one, then you can answer no. But if you like both the options, then lean left in the camera. And if you go for the none of the options, then you can go like right in the camera. So if you feel like going for the left option, you can stand up. If you want to go for the right option, bob down. Okay, so basically maybe like bob down your face. That's what you can do. Is that clear? Standing up for the left side will answer, standing bobbing down for the right side will answer, leaning left if you want to go for both of the answers, and leaning right for none. So I'll be presenting the question right now, and maybe you can. So yeah, board games or video games. You can also use a chat box if you don't want to use the video, but yeah, board games. A lot of board games. Okay, some video games. Most of us would like to play board games. Okay, great. Navya single. What about you? I am a board game person. I like carom a lot, and I think that's great. Yeah, you want to
Ma'am,
speak? Yeah, Trishita.
I don't like board games or not even video games.
Yeah, you can go with nothing also. That's an option.
Okay, I just wrote it there, nothing. But I just inform you because I want to know what about that.
That's fine.
Okay.
I know that two options are not inclusive of all. We all might have different things that we like in life, so that's fine. Okay, so board games. Quite a lot of us like board games. Um, okay, size on the side or sauce on the top. Matlab, if you want to say, once there was a time when we used to play Monopoly and Caramel. Yeah, exactly. Size सॉस की जगह अगर कोई सॉस नहीं खाता तो मे बी चटनी is something that you take with dishes. So lot of sides, top. Okay, Simran has an emoji there. Side. Ritu Singh side on the side. Great, great, great. We'll go to the next question now. City side or the countryside? Navya, sauce on the side, please. Oh my god, there's so much emphasis on that. Thank you, Navya. City side or the countryside? Countryside. Depends on the dish what I eat. Thanks, Jayaprada, for the little hutky answer. Both. City, countryside. Great. Thank you so much for the overwhelming response. I prefer both actually. Can't choose. There are pros and cons for me, both of the places. Both. Great. Great, great. Thank you guys for the amazing response. College days or school days? I can see Muskan saying school. Great. Depends on I'm feeling. Okay. College days for the win. Okay, Shrishti. School, both. I prefer my school, though college days are nice, but then school days, oh my, I think I would like to go back to my school days. Great, school days, college days, school days. Great, great. I think that's a round of nostalgia for all of us. Haven't experienced college days. That's fine, Anya. Would you like to go to the high school, junior school, middle school, or do you like however it is right now? Maybe you can answer that. Great. Thank you for the responses, guys. I think this is the last question that we have for the segment. But see the future or change the past. None for me, both were scary. I understand, Jyoti. It's okay if you don't want to. See the future. None, Ronan. Thank you. See the future. I would like to go to my past, to the school days. I might not like to change anything, but yeah, just going back to the past maybe. Be in the present. Oh wow. That's one mindful response. Thank you, Kashish. Great, great. Both if I can. Sure, Mariam. You will be given that power one day. I hope. Change the past. Change the past. Okay. Great. Great. I think that was the end of our check in segment and the energizer to just interact with you all because I'm meeting you guys for the first time. And I just wanted to understand the thought chain, the processes that you all have. But before we start with the session, in terms of a little bit of theory and maybe a little bit of activities that we're going to do today, does anybody would like to share anything that you um, want to share just regarding the energizer or कुछ ऐसे दिमाग में आया ख्याल while you were doing the energizers? Does anybody would like to share anything?
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
Trishita.
Ma'am, when this last question you asked, see the future or change the past, then I write about that I want to see the future, and that the first thing which come on my head, that is about buying a car for me. That is my actually dream, and opening a cafe,
Right.
and being a psychologist. The three things come on my mind as
Thank
soon as
you.
possible.
Thank you, Trishita, for
Okay.
that response.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
So yeah, I do resonate with you, Trishita. There are a lot of things that we would like to do in the future, and that might have triggered that thought abhi dimag mein. Great, great. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else? Anybody who would like to share something?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Just anybody, anyone who would like to share anything? No? Okay. Maybe we can.
No, nothing.
Energizer,
Thank you.
can I
Yeah,
go?
yeah, 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 Jay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Priya.
Hi, hello,
This is
ma'am.
Priya. Yeah,
Hello.
I think
Uh,
energizers are
Future
very good
um,
icebreakers as well.
Jayaprada, can you go next? Is that fine? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Priya, please tell me.
Yeah, energizers are very good icebreakers,
Right,
and
right.
like you said, it is a trip down the memory lane as well, and it either leaves a positive or a negative impact when you're doing it. So it was really nice to do the energizer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Priya. Yeah, Jayaprada. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, just I wanted to tell you about the last question. See the future or change the past. See,
Right,
past and the future is something that we cannot have control on.
right.
So we cannot change. We cannot go back in the past and change things. And either in the future we can't. I mean, we cannot anticipate that what is
The
going to.
future, yeah, exactly.
It's better that we concentrate more on the present, to be mindful and to be present.
Right.
That's the thought I have.
I understand. Hmm. We do talk about being mindful and being here and now and the present. In the present is something that we also preach. We just wanted to like have a hypothetical situation if you could. But yeah, encouragement is always to be here in the present, and because the locus of control is here, right?
Yes,
The control is here. So
yes,
that
yes.
is what we would like to encourage though for practicing every day. Thank you,
Okay.
Jayprada.
Welcome.
Just let me see the responses in chat box. I want to be in the present only, enjoy the moment. Being in the moment is rather beautiful. Exactly. Mine was worse, so depressed. I want to have some great days. I hope that that you may make peace or whatever brings you peace with that, Siddhant. And I hope somehow these series or the workshops that we're having could also help you in that process. Thank you for sharing, everyone. I hope we all know anything anybody says here is something that we should be keeping in the series only and not talking about it outside, because this should be an inclusive space and a non-judgmental space. We are all here to learn and grow, right? So we shall try and be as inclusive as empathetic towards each other here in this workshops, right? um so thank you everyone for sharing that. We shall now be talking about the main theme that we want to highlight. Yeah, Jayaprada, you want to say something by mistake? Okay. So emotions and things that we don't have to carry but sometimes we forget and do, right? Okay, thank you, Mariam. Yeah, Ronak, go ahead, you want to say something? Ronak?
Hello.
Ye-
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, Ronak.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
So, baggage for me, I feel it is something that, even if I have moved on from something from my past, there is something that I
Mm,
carry on with. Like I carry it with me when I am making new decisions, the present decisions about my life, about everything. I overthink things, and
right.
that is something I feel baggage is.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
similar to what we would like to convey, but yeah, thank you for sharing that, Ronak. Ria ma'am, would you like to
No,
speak?
it's me. It's me
Oh,
actually.
or three, or
Hi.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think for me, baggage is something like a it may be conflicts or events which we haven't got closure to yet, or
Hmm.
maybe things we haven't forgiven people for, anything which we haven't found like a closure or something, a resolve to it, and which we carry throughout our journey.
Right,
I,
that's why the baggage. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Audrey. Um, anybody who would like to speak? Until then, maybe we can see what the responses in the chat box say. Don't carry overwhelming emotions in your mind. Okay, burden that we carry about.
Ma'am, I want to ask,
Yes,
what will
Sushila.
happen if the patients want to go back, just like you in the past, and go on to change? It's okay that their emotions are being, they want to get change. And what
Right.
if the case, if they are going to change the future, how we have to inculcate this therapy in order to in order to make their behavior modify in positive way?
Okay, Sushila. Can I get back to you at last? Even though I have an answer to this, but it'll just go off topic a lot right now. Is that fine, Sushila? At the
No
end,
problem. Yes, ma'am. No
we'll come
problem.
back. Okay. Thank you, Sushila. Um. Okay.
Baggage is are heavy emotions we have, which we have not regulated, and they pose a problem, and they're very heavy, and we carry them every time, every place.
Right. Thank you, Bhuvan. Yes, Kosha. Go ahead.
So, ma'am, according to me, baggage has to do more with emotions, thoughts, feelings which haven't been processed.
Right. Okay. Great. That is also very on the similar lines. Yeah, Kosha. Go ahead. No. Okay.
It was by mistake.
Okay. That's fine. Um. Very similar to what all of you mentioned. Yes, Anju Jose. Would you like to say something? Urvashi has mentioned burden that we carry around. Sana has written, don't, yeah. Negative experience that I carry. Shama. Kiran has mentioned it means you're carrying stuff with you. Um, Little meaning, yes, but in terms of emotions, maybe, or our mental health, what do you think baggage is? That is what I wanted to ask. Um, we have negative
I
experience. Yeah, Priya.
I feel baggage in terms of emotions is you're not forgiving yourself.
Hmm. So guilt, maybe.
Yeah, guilt definitely.
Okay. Okay. Anuja, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I think baggage is like it can be guilt, it can be regret, it can be some unexpressed emotions or thoughts
Hmm.
even. And it it is very like weird that we somehow like lose track of them. We might not realize that it has turned to a baggage, but it
Right.
has because of like with like unexpressed thing over long duration of time. So
Right.
suddenly maybe after 10-15 years you realize that okay, I haven't expressed this. So that is very
Mm-hmm.
weird and very scary at the same time, because many
Right.
people at the end of the life they realize that okay, I might have shared that baggage, that emotional baggage,
Exactly.
so things could have been much more easier.
Right. Thank you for that detailed response, Anuja. We have, I think, Valencia, you wanted to say something?
Yes, ma'am. For me, related to emotions, maybe it's storing up emotions, like unconsciously storing up, piling up like a baggage and keeping it for ourselves. And as
Right.
Anuja said, at one day in future, we just burst out, so that
Right.
baggage is bursting out. So for me, it's
Right.
that.
Right. Right. Exactly. Um,
And
we'll have one more.
according to me, I take
Yes.
baggages as a backup to avoid hurdles or problems in emotional way, if you can say.
Hurdle to be emotionally. I didn't get you, Sushila. Can you repeat once more?
Ma'am, as a backup, sometimes we carry things.
Right.
When we met some problems, then already we are having some solutions by them and carrying them to resolve
Right.
the problem. So it will act as a backup also, a backup of emotions to avoid the future or overcoming problems.
Right. Right. Okay. So that's another perspective of baggage that I'm getting here, Sushila. Thank you for sharing that. We shall be coming to that. Manasi,
May I
do you
speak?
want to speak? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Manasi, yeah.
yeah. Ma'am, what I perceive baggage that it could be some unresolved issues which goes on within ourselves and which ultimately uh, create some heavy or emotions which we feel very heavy, and like under those
Right.
we feel very heavy. And uh, so at times, not at times also, uh, since it is a baggage, so we are not able to express those things as well. So we kind of uh, like go under that and live with that burden kind of thing. So baggage is basically burden, and what I perceive is that unresolved issues going within
Issues.
ourselves. Yeah, issues going within ourselves, creating some burden or heaviness of emotions,
Right.
which might hamper our everyday, like daily chores kind of thing.
Exactly. So
But
that is
every
very
time they cannot hamper, they can be act as a backup for to resolve the overcoming problems.
Not,
I have
yeah,
seen it.
not every time, but there could
yeah.
be some specific situations where you might not be able to like handle those situations properly because of those baggages or burdens.
Are created.
Yeah,
That's what you
maybe.
want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Sushila, I would like to encourage you raising hands before you speak. We don't want cross talks. So next time, try and raise your hand before you speak. Yeah, Priya, please go ahead.
Like what the last two speakers pointed out, I think it's the baggage can act as a trigger for people.
Right. Right.
and unknowingly you carry the baggage, and some small thing can trigger you to behave in a such a way, and you don't understand why are you behaving that way. It could be as a result of all the past negative experiences you
Experiences.
have
Yeah.
and the baggage you've been carrying all along.
Hmm. Does it does make sense? Thank you for putting it that way, Priya. But yeah, Melissa, am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, ma'am, it's Melissa.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
according
go
to
ahead.
me, I feel baggage is something that you're trying and avoiding for quite some time, and then it piles up to an extent that it it will burst out in different ways and in different volumes, that it can damage a lot of things, and it is a never ending thing basically. It
Right.
is always there.
Right. Exactly. So with all the responses that I have gotten now, it I think it pans out really well, right? It's basically those unresolved, emotional backpacks. If we say emotional backpacks, they are, described to all of those emotional unresolved issues, traumas, stresses from the past and the present also, and they kind of occupy that space in your mind, and they influence your present behavior today, and those ways that they influence and manifest are very negative, right? That's why we say that you need to deal with your emotional baggage. That's something that keeps popping up when we talk about emotional baggage. So that is what we wanted to bring about, but I think you guys are all very well informed about baggage, very logical thoughts and reasonings of what baggage is. So thank you for sharing that. But basically, everybody is quite knowledgeable about that. Let's talk about this example that I want to talk about. What happens when you don't turn off the knob of the milk kept for boiling? What does happen जब आपने दूध उबलने के लिए चढ़ा रखा है and you don't turn off the knob? Yeah, Navya, I think you wanted to say something.
I wanted to say it overboils, it flows out.
Right, it overflows and the quantity is reduced. Yeah, Prachi, it spills, it flows out. But okay, overflows and spills. Yeah, Priya.
It overflows and it can become dangerous because the gas is still on and
Right,
anything can happen.
right. Siddhant boils off like I get frustrated. Exactly. So if we take the example of a milk boiling on a gas, that's so similar to how we are the milk and we are in this vessel called the world, and the gas, the heat, is the pressurizing agents all over us, right? The quality of milk loss. Of course, there's so many things that keep happening because of the pressure that we, face every day. There's pressure to do work, there's pressure to perform, there's pressure to so many things. So many things have happened, the experiences that we have had in life, and basically everything. So I think we need to talk about how our mental health is the same. And we how we maintain our emotions and thoughts when it begins to boil, and do things to hold it at sim. And then instead of waiting for it to boil over, it results to an emotional breakdown, right? Rather than waiting for it to boil over and overflow, what we could be doing is take care of that emotional baggage, right? Does that make sense, guys? Do you think, or do you think you resonate with that? You know, rather than holding it for sim for it to boil over and milk overflowing and our emotions overflowing, Would you like to take care of it? Right, right. So today's activity is a little based on art therapy technique, which basically engages you in terms of your baggage and the baggages that you're holding on in the present, right? We have to become more conscious and aware about our mental health. Great, thank you, Jayaprada. So what I would like you to do is, either you can bring a bag, or actually it'll be better if you can draw a bag. So do you guys have a pen and paper around you? If not, let's take just 1 minute. Let's start it at 41. Go and bring a pen and paper. Okay. Bring a pen and paper, and we shall be starting the activity at 41. When you guys are back, just write done or ready or a thumbs up. You can use colors, woman.
Ma'am, just 1 minute, please.
Yeah, sure, okay. Maybe we can start at 42. Okay. Um, you can bring colors also. Yeah, Manasi.
Yeah, ma'am, I have a question. How
Right.
can one take care of a baggage? Like, had someone been in a condition to take care of a baggage, the person wouldn't have been carrying it for like long
Right.
or
I know. I know.
so.
We'll come back to it at the end. Is that fine, Manasi? After the exploratory
Yeah, yeah,
activity?
sure. Sure, ma'am. Okay, okay.
Okay. Just 1 more minute and we'll start. Yeah, Kosha, go ahead. Yes, Anya, we will be starting in 1 minute. I think some people are still yet to bring their things. Yeah, Kosha.
So, ma'am, if we carry negative beliefs, right? I mean,
Right.
maladaptive beliefs. So even that would come under baggage.
Yeah, cognitive distortions that you create could also lead to
Mm-hmm.
baggage, of
Okay,
course.
baggage. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Um, yes, I think we can start now. So, I would like you to draw a bag. I will be drawing with you side by side, but a big bag. Actually, before we draw the bag, keep one side for the bag and the other side of the paper. One side of the paper you will be drawing the bag. The other side we will be writing something down. So draw a bag first, and then we shall be writing down a thing. So I'll draw the bag first, and then you can see the kind of bag that I'm drawing. It can be similar to yours, or you can be as creative as you want. So that's the bag I've drawn. Can you see this? It's like a portly. So a bag.
I am not able to see your screen. I mean, the one you have shared, I can see that, but not
You can pin my video. I'm talking now. Is it visible now, Prachi? You can
No,
pin
I
my
think
screen.
I guess you have to stop sharing.
Okay. Is that the case for everybody else as well?
No, it's
No, if
visible.
we
Yeah,
pin
we
it,
can
we are able
see.
to see.
Okay.
We're
Not
able to
sure
see
why
you,
is it
ma'am.
now.
Yes, now I am able to
Yes.
see. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Now I am
It
able to
might
see.
be something that's maybe causing a disturbance because of the screen sharing or the device you're using. So maybe
Now
now
I,
you can
I
see.
am able to see.
Yeah. So draw a bag. Once you're done, just again give me a thumbs up or something so that I know that you've drawn it in the chat box. So that's the bag that I've drawn. Done. Okay. Maybe you guys can show me, turn on your videos and show me that you've drawn it, how it looks. Siddhant, can you have a bigger box because write in that. We will be writing in that bag. So maybe a bigger box, bigger bag. Right. Mariam, thank you for that cute bag pack. Oh, Shishti has a handbag. Great. Shishti, cute bag.
Thank
Manasi,
you, ma'am.
cute bag. Great, great. Sarah, I'm not able to see it properly, but yeah, I can see so many bags. Great. Keep space for you to be able to write in that. Amrit, will you be able to write in that? I'm not sure. Maybe make a larger one, larger um, bag. In the backpack का जो space है ना, we will be writing in that. So this space that is there, we shall be writing in this space. Okay. Okay, great. Muskan, it looks very nice, but I would like again you to draw something where you can write. Okay. Yeah, Kosha, go ahead.
And actually, I have a paper bag, like
That
which
that's fine. Yeah, good.
I'm planning to paint it. Like
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. You can paint it afterwards. Works. Okay, guys. So I think we have yes, Joby Thomas. Right. It's a small bag. Again try and create a bigger bag, as big as a page that you have, so that you can write in the space. The bag is creative. All credits to that. It's looking good. All of your bags. Thank you, Trishita, for that. I could see your bag. Um, but create a bag where you can write things down. If you have a physical bag where you would like to maybe write or something, what we will be doing is, if you have that, keep that in handy. We will be moving on to the next step now. The next step is on the next page, the back side of the page. Just write all that weighs you down. You think that these are the things that are weighing me down. Think of this bag as a massive luggage that you need to take to the airport or the station, and you're alone. And this is your emotional bag. And these are things that are weighing you down. Okay. Imagine this is that bag. Now, piche, just make a list of 10 things, 15 things, whatever, 5 things, list of things that weigh you down. So maybe we'll take another 3 minutes to write all that weighs you down. If you want a little more structure, Mariam, what you could do is go back to the page, write down in points, and then go and place them in the bag. Or you can directly write it in the bag. Okay. Both are okay. You can opt for any of the ways that you would like to do it. I am going to write it directly in the bag.
Then those things which weigh us down,
Right.
right?
What you think are weighing you down. For example, um, workload is weighing me down. So that's something that's been weighing me down. So I will make a circle and
The
write
biggest
what.
of the one, my own expectations. Isn't that?
Yeah, Kashish?
I'm saying the biggest of all is our own expectations from ourselves, first of all. I think.
Sure, you can write that down.
Yeah.
So, for example, I've made a circle and I've written workload. You can use colors to do this. You can use a normal pen or a pencil that you've been using. Okay? So, make a circle and write what weighs you down. There could be so many things. I shall be writing that as well. Yeah, Trishita?
Ma'am, my expectations and my past, my overthinking, both will be same or different points?
They both are different in.
Different, though.
Right, right.
Actually, I have some expectations for which I have to feel down very much, and
Mm.
I did different types of overthinking lots of times. So that's why also
They both
asking.
are different. They are very different. So write it
Okay,
differently, Trishita.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Um, yeah, Jyoti.
Can low self-esteem can also be a
Does
baggage?
it weigh you down?
E- Uh,
Think of it in that
kind
sense.
like yeah, it kind of lowers down the confidence and happiness. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti. Yeah, Kosha, you're on mute.
Yeah, so ma'am, there are certain things which weigh me down. So, in terms of behavior,
Mm-hmm.
and it's mostly related to the environment, outer locus.
Hmm.
So, for example, gaslighting. So, if someone does that, or if I come across narcissism, if I come across people who are narcissistic, so it is
Hmm.
something which I would not say that I will carry that baggage, but yeah, it does trigger you emotionally. Like,
So there are a lot of things that might affect you externally, which
yeah,
becomes your emotional baggage. So that effect becomes that emotional baggage, right?
okay, yeah,
Yeah. So maybe you can put it that way.
that was okay.
I can see Mariam doodling something. Okay. Past experiences. Okay. Anger, hurt, anxiety. Great. Thank you, Mariam. Are we done, guys? If you are done, uh, Dr. G, if, there has a lot of things already happened. Maybe you can watch our YouTube video or the recording that will be sent by the team through mail or the YouTube video. You can refer that. But what we're doing right now is basically we made a bag and we are writing whatever emotional baggages or things that weigh us down in that bag. Yeah, Trishita, you want to say something?
No.
Okay, by mistake. Okay, Jyoti, do you want to say something? Bag can be in any shape, any creative that you want. Yeah, Jyoti, go ahead. Jyoti, you want to say something? No.
No,
Okay.
it was raised accidentally.
Okay. Kumud, I think you were showing me the drawing and you wanted to say something. Kumud Pathak? No. Can laziness be a problem? Who puts me down? This is a very favorite line of mine. I will be using it again today in the session. I never thought I would be using it, but most of my sessions I keep using this line that it's not a problem until you think it's a problem. So if you think it's a problem and it's weighing you down because nobody knows better than you, then it's an emotional baggage that you've been carrying around that weighs you down. Can someone else's relationship be one of the points? So the effect of someone else, the external thing, the effect is your emotional baggage, could be your emotional baggage. Their relationship is not your emotional baggage. The effect of what their relationship is to you. Komal, it looks good. Thank you for that. Yeah. So basically, what the effect has, the external event, the external person, the external object, try and put that into words, the effect it has. For example, someone else's uh, is in a relationship, for example, my ex is in a relationship now, and his relationship is affecting me. I am being jealous, or I am being envious, or I am being hurt, I am sad because of that. Is the effect, is the emotional baggage that I'm being carrying around, or I am feeling guilty, or whatever the emotions that you're feeling because of the external stressor or external person. So be mindful of not the external things, because those are not your emotional baggages to carry around. Procrastinating, imposter syndrome, if you think that's bagging you down, weighing you down, sure, it can be your emotional baggage. Procrastinated, again, it's a more behavioral component of something. um, Again, laziness, I think someone mentioned laziness also, Muskan. Again, it's a very but all of this can be your emotional baggage, okay? If it makes you feel stuck, if it weighs you down. Can feeling stuck at a place or in a situation be considered a baggage? Sure, it's an unresolved issue that's making you feel stuck. Being not remorseful also bags me down. Sure, that could be a baggage. Are we done, guys? I hope we are done. We are running short of time. So I will be going to the third. After you've done your baggages and you have the list, negativity, sure, it can be. So the question is, how does it feel holding on to all of this? That's the question. Yes, Manasi.
Ma'am, do we need to write like how we feel or just like speak out?
Speak out if you want to write, that's also fine. Writing down your emotions are very reflective. So after maybe you answer to me, you can write it down a little bit. Okay. So yeah, go ahead, Manasi. You can also unmute and speak in any way that you can basically talk about this question, try and convey. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Manasi.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, Priya.
I feel like all this baggage is pulling me back, and
Right.
I feel I'm my own worst enemy.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. A lot of responses in the chat box that I'm reading. Frustrating, pathetic. Yeah, Kashish.
Anushka, can you please repeat the question once again? I could not interpret it
Yeah.
properly.
How does it feel to keep holding on to this that you can see in the back? The bag, basically holding on to the bag. How does it feel?
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Pathetic, frustrating, feeling heavy, too heavy, uncomfortable, burdened. It affects my growth, work as hurdles. Bad, bad, bad. It's frustrating for me, low energy, unmotivated. Strong. Okay, Manasi. Choked voice hamper my daily life. Can't eat, can't sleep. Okay. I see myself fighting these things every day. An uncomfortable but accepted part of me. Ma'am, excuse me, but recently I want to vomit so much. I think this relates with my emotional baggage. Maybe we can talk about that, Mariam, at the end of the session if you want to stay back and talk about it. Making it difficult to grow in career and feel happy. It stops my growth. Way too much exhausted. I understand. Must not be feeling so good. Looks great, Kosha. Do let us know in the chat box or maybe unmuting yourself. How does it feel to hold on to all of this?
And what I felt was that it gave me an insight on things.
Hmm.
There are certain things which we don't have control over,
Right,
that we tend to take it as a baggage. And we have
right.
certain things which we can control. So I think it's more to do with understanding that there are some worries or some burdens which we take. It won't make sense. It's to do with an external factor.
Right.
It's like you are not doing justice to yourself when you are holding on. I don't know, that's what insight I got.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Uh, Challenging, tiring, it locks up the potential. As much as I'm recalling the baggage is painful, of course. It's weighing you down, of course it might be painful. Feel like crying, frustrated. If it makes you feel better, Anya, go ahead and cry. Again, repressing your emotions is something.
Can I add, Anusha?
Yeah, yeah, Kashish.
So, after listening from everybody's also side by side, I would just like to add out of my own experiences that these baggages are no doubt a part of depression and frustration and all of that. But if we can just switch our approaches altogether in a different perspective, like there are no doubt there are roadblocks and some speed breakers to our growth and development, but definitely there are those most important experiences which becomes our stepping stones on which we can just step up and become the better version of ourselves, just by learning from those experiences and maybe mistakes or whatever. So let's just try and keep a little more positive approach and learn from it and always feel more stronger. I would rather say that we have overcome, or we are at least trying to overcome, and acknowledging that. So that I would really like to add for everybody over here.
Thank you, Kashish. Thank you for the suggestion. I think, um, though, though I would say it was a great response, I would like to add a little more something on that.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, is something that this is your journey. I know reframing could be helpful. Reframing your perspective to a little more positive thought does help. But if you're not dealing with the emotional baggage that is repressed, that you don't want to deal with, that you're making walls, not want to deal with, just want to escape from those thoughts, um, you can color the bag, Mariam. Color with something that color the bag with something that you like, the color, your favorite color, not something that's maybe dark, but basically that's something, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Vibrant.
ma'am. Yeah, 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 ma'am.
Yes, it's me, Audrey again. So
Yeah,
I wanted to just say that I really agree with Anushka here, and I think it's very essential for all of us to sit with our feelings rather than
right.
just because there is always a lot of escaping from our feelings. Like either it's our friends who are like, "Why are you feeling so? Let's go out," And people are always trying to rescue us and escape us from the whole thing, right? But I think it's
Right.
very essential for us to sit with our feelings and acknowledge them, accept them, that what I'm feeling is valid, right? I just wanted to add this.
Thank you, Autri. So, bringing back to what Autri said, and just spending time with those feelings is important. Imagine it being like a child, and spending time with that. Of course, reframing could be helpful, seeing things in a positive light, seeing your perspective change a little bit. Great. That's one way to do it. But then not bottling it up to a point where it's boiling and overflowing is also very important. For
Definitely,
that,
definitely.
yeah, for that, what we need to do is acknowledging the feelings, being aware that you're feeling right now. What we did right now is a little bit of awareness of what's weighing you down. Now, the fourth question that the second question that I want to put up across, Manasi, if you have colors and if you can color the bag, please go ahead and color the bag with something that makes you feel calm. Okay, a color that makes you feel good, makes you feel calm. For me, blue is my favorite color, but the color that makes me feel calm is purple. So any color that makes you feel light purple, a lavender color, makes me feel calm. So think about a color that makes you feel calm and light and good, and maybe color the bag with that. Okay, so if you have a color, go ahead and do that. If you don't, that's fine. So while you are coloring or not coloring, tell me what could be the ways you can let go or recycle the bad. Yeah, Trishita.
Ma'am, can we hug our loved ones by whom's warmth we can feel calm?
You want to hug someone? Go ahead and do that, Trishita.
I love whom I love. I just want to hug. Actually, he is as like my medicine, of pill of happiness. If I hug him or if I talk to him, I really get lots of relief when I am in a stress or I am in a trouble or any problem I am facing at that time.
Hmm. So you
And
say that your way of letting go is hugging that person or that talking to that person.
yes,
That's
if
great.
he is present with me, then hugging, and if he is not present with me, then talking.
Okay, great, Trishita. Maybe that's something that you can do. But tell me, what would you like to do something by yourself? Something that you could do by yourself to let go. Think about it. You don't have to answer me.
For me, that listening any soothing music or
Hmm.
listening any rocking music which is with high beats or many high volume beats like Suraj Dubai, like this type of means
Okay.
this which make
Okay.
me to do the diet to means which make me to
Hmm.
divert my mind from
Right.
that situation
Right.
or to
Uh,
play with any children.
okay. Thank you, Trishita.
Welcome.
While I'm listening to all of your answers, if you are also thinking about what are the other ways that you could let go, write it down somewhere or in the chat box. Okay, just keep note of what are the things that you can do to let go of these emotional baggages. Yeah, Priya, go ahead.
Exactly like you said, writing down was my thing. When you're not able to let go of something, it is good to put it down and put
Right,
out without thinking about the consequence or who's going to read it, and then write it and read it to yourself and maybe tear it and throw it. So that's one way of letting it go as well.
right. Thank you, Priya. Shrishti.
Yes, ma'am. So, from the premise that these conflicts, this baggage comes from previous things that we have not resolved.
Right.
So what we need to do is we need to like resolve them. The way we can do that just with ourselves is to have an outlet, to have some sort of catharsis that can be any form of expressive activity we do, like we are learning right now here, and also like writing, journaling. What I personally like to do is work with like DBT or CBT workbooks,
Hmm.
and those are like, you do therapy on yourself, not really, but kind of.
Hmm. A small bit or a step towards a little bit of
Yeah.
working on that cognition. Great. Thank you, Shrishti. Valencia, you want to speak?
Yes, ma'am. For me, letting go is like writing in a diary. So I have an habit of writing a diary whenever I'm
Okay.
frustrated or some emotions are building up inside me. So it's basically not writing what happened in a day, but it's more of like a letter to myself that today I went through this and you did a good job like handling this situation or this emotions. So it's
Hmm.
feel good like I have let go my emotions which was trapped inside me. So it's a more of a letter to myself.
Right, right. That's great, Valencia. What about you, Trishita? You want to say something? I think there was one more hand raised. I am not able to see the hand raised anymore.
No, no, ma'am, I don't want to say anything. Oh,
Oh,
maybe. Oh, sorry, sorry. It was facing. Sorry, sorry. No, no.
it's okay. Yes, Urvashi, it was you.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think therapy helps a lot because, in talk therapy, because when you're talking it out loud, you get to
Right,
know and you get a lot of insights into what is actually happening. And that really
definitely.
helps in solving and resolving your issues. So I think that is really helpful.
Hmm. Right. Thank you, Urvashi, for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mansi, maybe keeping oneself busy, however, activities will keep the feeling away temporarily. Letting go permanently takes time, a lot of time. Yes, Manasi, very important. Um, if you keep yourselves busy, you're not dealing with those emotions. It's important that you deal with them, otherwise, they then become a baggage. If you deal with
Ma'am,
them
may
on a
I?
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry, I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead,
You
go
were
ahead.
speaking, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Um, I feel that uh, like letting go of a baggage, like one can't do oneself. Like we need some help, like help of a therapist or a counselor. We have to go for some therapy, or we need to indulge ourselves in some things like
Hmm.
and it takes time. So like
Of course,
saying
yeah.
listening music or doing dancing, uh, I don't
Hmm.
want to offend anyone, but yeah, what I believe is that listening music or dancing or writing down, it will it will help temporarily, not permanently. Those things will be there in your mind. To let go completely, permanently, we I think we should approach a therapist.
Okay. Thank you, Manasi. Though I would like to bring some light on that. One thing is that if you are listening to music, writing down your emotions, those are great ways to keep your emotions in check every day. What is emotional baggage? It's basically keeping down so many emotions जिससे आपने बहुत दिनों से deal नहीं किया, all the stresses that have been harming you, not talking about it, not letting those emotions out, not letting that steam out, if in the colloquial term, and you keep that in the back of your head, in back of your consciousness, being there all the time, just bottling up. If you're not dealing with it every day, um, in those small things that give you happiness, or the small ways that you let them out, maybe journaling, writing it down, then of course it becomes an issue. You you might not give yourself that much credit, but then you have a lot of capability of handling all of these emotions, if you want, small by small, step by step, every day. I think you can do that. Of course, therapy is of course very helpful. There are so many years of experience that of course you can't deal with every day. बहुत सारे past experiences, trauma, stressful events that you might not be able to deal with just journaling or just listening to music. Of course, therapy could be very helpful then. You should always um, be encouraged towards therapy, that's there, but also try and make your way of cleaning all those dark spaces in your unconscious which you don't want to deal with. एक लाइट रूम है, एक बहुत ही लाइट डार्क ब्राइट रूम है, एंड imagine me telling you to go into another room which is totally dark, and it's all dark and it's all muddy, and it's all, there are cobwebs, there are so many other things, right? You won't like it, right? You won't feel comfortable, and you will not want to be there. You will want to escape. So what you do, I tell you to come back to the light room where there's light, there's sofa, there's breeze, there's air, everything is nice. You come back to that room, which makes you comfortable. But that dark space does exist. Acknowledging that is important. Acknowledging कि ऐसा space है is important. Okay, cleaning that space on a regular basis, not maybe वहाँ पे पूरा एक, there was a compartments, there were so many compartments that were dirty. Maybe just taking one compartment at a day and just journaling about that maybe could be helpful. Listening a song could be helpful. Self-soothing techniques could be helpful. Okay, but not giving yourself credit, don't say that, I don't think we can do it. You have all the capability of doing it, Manasi, and everybody else, right? um, but maybe in small steps. Of course it's going to take time. Even therapy takes time, and even after therapy it's not guaranteed that everything will work out as you wanted things to work out. It could be better, you could feel better, but does it guarantee you will be fixed, if we say in those terms? Maybe, maybe not, right? So yeah, looks beautiful, Mariam. Yeah, Kosha, go ahead. You want to say something? Looks beautiful, Mariam. Thank you for sharing. Kosha, you have your hand
Ma'am,
raised.
so yes. So, ma'am, actually, I attended one of the workshops on journaling therapy.
Right,
So, like, it was very insightful, and the topic was talked in such a way where we were told that
right,
any form of baggage while we are journaling it, say it could be anything, it could be processing grief, which is a baggage. So, any big baggage won't go just in one therapy.
right.
So even if I'm say journaling for one time, it is not going to go away along that. So because we have memories which also trigger those emotions at a point.
Right,
So what works is being consistent with the practice, and
right.
every time we have a memory or every time we have a thought, it's to channelize it, and with time, uh, as a result of neuroplasticity, things get settled. That's what we were told. Like,
Very, very well put, Kosha. Um, in a more organized way, not
yeah.
uh, not on a very millennial terms, but yeah, but very well put. Neuroplasticity is, again, if you guys are not aware, neuroplasticity is something that's there. Um, but yeah, just things, quick solutions are not that possible in terms of um, emotions or emotional baggages, and um, emotions you have not been dealing about, or things that have been there for quite some time unresolved. So of course baggages, things like that, therapy could be helpful. Journaling, again, consistency is the key, as Kausha mentioned. So if you guys do not know what neuroplasticity is, basically the brain has a function to form and reorganize by itself. Okay, so um, it basically goes back to healing by itself, but it takes time, of course. Take care. So that's neuroplasticity. Um, so yeah, a lot of us talked about how could we let go, and you guys came up with so many answers. Thank you so much. Yeah. Very soon, Kashish, we'll try to wrap up very soon. Just two more questions to go. Now, the next question is, now that we know how does it feel to hold on to this baggage and how could you let go of this, what do you think, or who could you help? Who could help you? Who could help you in unburdening this emotional baggage or with this emotional baggage that you've been holding on? Yeah, Kashish.
Though, of course, the most important one is our own self, but definitely with just the support of your most loved ones, maybe just your parents or siblings are the only ones I personally feel. If I mean, no offense, and just my subjective answer it is, but your personal loved ones are only the people who can genuinely help you right at the first time, and then gradually maybe your other people or somebody else. I
Great.
mean, I have been gone through such a situation, so I'm just sharing my own experience.
Of course, I do understand that your social support system is very important. At the end of the day, we are social humans. Human beings are social creatures. We do need
Definitely.
that support. Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mariam, unfortunately, no one. Okay. Do you think nobody can help you? Not even yourself? I would like you to think about it. Maybe not answer me turant. Just think about it. Our baggage is our responsibility and choice. Hmm. For me, is my sister, my friend, and the loved one. Ronak has written something. Having someone to be there when you're low is good, but only I can help myself with this. I have to work on it. No one else can feel the way I do, understand how I think and react. So it's my responsibility to myself to do this myself. Take my time and do it at my own pace. A lot of myself, um, great. Also, there's no right and wrong answer to this. Okay. You can always ask for help if you think your help towards yourself is not enough. Those help could be your social support system, a therapist, someone you can talk to, your friends, again, social support system. A therapist can be help as he would not be biased. Sure, Priya. Helping is possible when I'm able to trust someone, therapist, peer, friends, siblings, etc. Hmm. Right. Thank you for the responses, guys. Lastly, I would like to bring a light upon this one question. What would happen if you can't let go? Mentally sick. Okay. It becomes baggage. Kosha, yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, I would say that it's invitation to various diseases in the body. So emotions do get settled in various areas of the body when we don't
Right.
channelize it or regulate it. So like I just read a book of Lucy Hay, How to Heal Your Life, and it says that when we hold resentment to a very long period of time, for a very long period of time, it can actually cause cancer.
Right. Right, exactly.
So it's like an invitation to diseases when we don't channelize it, when we don't get rid of it.
Right. Emotionally and physical health imbalance. As Pasha mentioned, of course, it can harm you um, physically, mentally, exactly. Uh, it will make life dysfunction. Yes. So there's a reason why you need to work on that baggage, right? Yeah, Kosha, go ahead.
So, ma'am, like I would like to mention that like cancer is just not caused because of emotional thing. Of course, we have genetic and all of other things which are responsible for it.
Predispositions, yeah. Predispositions could
Yeah,
be there, but yeah, of
yeah.
course. It could
But
act like
this can
a
work as a
pusher.
pre-morbidity like
Yeah.
factor. Yeah.
It could predispose you, just like how the diathesis stress
Yeah.
model works. It can push you to
Yes.
that
Yes.
extent. Of
Push you to
course.
that extent.
Mariam looks good. The bag looks pretty. Mariam has been giving us a glimpse of her progress. Thank you, Mariam. Mood disorders leads to aggression, sufferings, emotionally and physically. Looks beautiful, Kosha. Thank you. But basically, now we know why we need to work on the emotional baggage that we're holding on to, right? That's not where we would want to basically end up with those things, those issues. So, the first step that I would like you to do is what we did here today is insight and awareness of those baggages is important. What we did here is gain that insight through the activity that we did today. So once you're done with the bag, if you find time, do find the colors that calm you and try and color the bag. You don't want it to be like the dark room that I was explaining. You don't want it to be separate away from your sight. You need to accept and gain an awareness कि ये है मुझे ये फील हो रहा है and I'm going to sit with this. And now you know who can help you. So that awareness is important. With that, basically, we come towards the conclusion of the session. If we are already a little above of time today, it's 9:24. But thank you for joining in. If you have other commitments, you may leave. That's fine. But if you would like to stay and have some conversation, I'm here for another 5 to 10 minutes. Please go ahead and ask me. Yes, Amrit.
Ma'am, yesterday's session is not put in the email.
Yeah, Amrit, actually, there's so many people who've registered, and the team is trying all their best to cater to as many people and try and send those information. So give a little bit of time. You will be getting the recordings. Don't worry. They will be on our YouTube channel very soon, so you can also access that emojar on YouTube. Thank you so much for the amazing responses, guys. Loved the session with you all. You are a very empathetic crowd and a very warm crowd. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.